and taste my affection. In a taxi filled with air fresh and sweat and polite kisses goodbye. And we will find lost faces in the windows and discarded hearts crushed beneath the gap where the two seats join. Down there where their pockets spill and their silent farts collect, until the bleary driver come night shift's end will thrust down his hand and separate either you from me or me from you. So come on girl, why not slip down here with me below the false laughs and the silence of others. Submerged we'll slip condoms from wallets or graffiti our poetry along their spines. Deep hidden we'll swoon to the old lady's perfume, smirk to the popular draining their batteries dry, and touch to the whispers of the lovers wrestling. Will I ever find you, my love? And that's when we'll kiss, madly kiss, liberated tongues escaping starving lips, as the driver mumbles Sri Lankan at another set of red traffic lights. Aroused by our hiding, we'll stroke to their tempo, foreplay to their drugged and their drunken beat, before making love to the lonely tune of their fingers drumming on the vinyl. Drum, my love. Drum to me. Come on, my love, come hide with me amongst the pens, hair clips, and scrawled numbers discarded on the back of those spent flip-top matches. And together for a night we'll try outrun the sleep, until the world has been driven to where it should be, and that inevitable hand will rip either you or me free, and leave the other here like a spent cigarette lighter, and leave the other here aglow with the ghost of our flames, and leave the other here with the fading glow of our flames.
Sounds great.
Yeah, no worries.
A lot better.
Yeah, good. We're on the same page. Who have we got?
Taya.
Sienna.
Mother, daughter.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, first I'm going to start with you. How has all this insanity affected you?
I'm doing really well now, Michael. I'm in a good place. Took a while to get through I went through a period where I felt like I had to be always one step ahead of what was going on to keep these guys safe. I've got 2 teenagers, and there was a lot of crazy things going around, as you would have heard in the movement, all the quarantine camps and all the drama. And
they still exist.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. And at the time, my kids were both in high school, in the school system. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like, this is not a safe place for them anymore, like, because their school was really full on. And I thought, oh, they're really on that side. And, they'll just do whatever they're told to do and follow, you know, and I thought they can just like lock it down at any point and say, you know, oh, there's someone in the school that has something and we've got to lock them all down and they can't be let out without, you know, getting a jab or something. That was my fear, and I was like, oh, no.
What did you think when you heard that 12-year-olds didn't, anyone above 12 could decide for themselves whether they wanted the vaccination?
I literally, I couldn't believe that. I was like, this is, you know, there's been an ongoing agenda to, you know, before COVID, obviously, to break down the family unit, to disempower parents, to, you know, basically get the children on some other page from their parents, you know, to separate them from the ideals of their family and to listen to outside sources and everything. And I was like, has got to a point where it's just literally insane, you know, where they're saying to children, I heard all these stories and I was watching all these podcasts and stuff where they were talking to youth, and the youth were actually saying that the teachers were taking them aside and saying, you know, if your parents are not supporting you to keep you safe, you know, we will help you get the jab without your parents knowing, and all this stuff. And I was just like, whoa. I was like, that's next level. You know, it's
So it's portraying parents as being uncaring.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, that there's in my mind, very clear agenda to, you know, separate the kids from the parents so that they can manipulate them, you know. Because most parents say, like, the vast majority want the best for their children, and they're encouraging the children not to listen to their parents. So, yeah, not a good.
What was your job? Or have you kept your job?
No, I didn't keep my job through COVID. I was doing events and things like that. So all the venues shut down, and
I know that.
Yeah. So there wasn't much to do, at the time.
But when they came back, are they letting you back in now?
If I wanted to go back into that, I could probably start getting back into that. But, you know, where we're at the moment in this country, you know, in my spare time, I always volunteered with youth, and I did lots of rites of passage work, leadership work, coached soccer team for 3 years, done sort of youth group work, ethics teaching, all that stuff. So I did that on a volunteer basis, but now I just want to put all of my energy into supporting the youth, because they're out there on their own, like, you know, they're just getting bombarded. So.
Well, let's come back to that. We're going to come back to that because this is a great idea. But first, prepare yourselves. Let's talk about you in school.
Hello. Well, my school experience changed very quickly. It went from me being very enthusiastic.
First off, tell anyone how old you are.
17. Yeah. I was very enthusiastic and driven for my schoolwork and enjoyed socialising with friends. And as soon as they started messing around with sending us into homeschooling and back into school, it really threw the education system through a bit of a loop. And then very quickly I started losing friends. I posted a photo of one of my friends and I at a rally, and it circulated very quickly. It was hot gossip, and I was in a group chat with about 9 of my good friends at the time, and I was supposed to go to a movie, and then one of the boys in the group chat writes, "Bury yourself in a box 6 feet underground before you bury our families, and don't you dare show up tonight." And I was just like, whoa. It was a little bit dramatic.
A little bit dramatic.
Yeah.
I like to see what is dramatic.
Yeah. It was dramatic. And it made me feel very uncomfortable.
What did the others in the group chat say?
Most agreed. There was one boy who did stand up for me and said, "Look, if you want to come to the movie, I'll come and sit with you." And he was actually one of the ones I wasn't very close to at the time, so it definitely opened my eyes up to that, and I do have a stronger friendship with him now. But a lot of them were saying, like, "Don't come sit with us at lunch. I don't want to get sick. Don't kill my grandparents. You're being selfish." That was a big one. It was... Yeah, a lot of people in the group chat were calling me a conspiracy theorist, and I'm like, okay, well, that's your opinion. I'm like, you're wrong. But yeah, it was definitely like very intense and mean.
Before we get to the teachers, because the teacher story is going to stun people, before we get there, how did you cope with that? Because most young people, the one thing they fear is being ostracised. How did you cope with it?
I was with one of my good friends at the time, and she was sitting next to me reading the text, and she just said, like, this is insanity, don't take it personally. And for a moment, I was very, like, insecure, because that was the group of friends I was sitting with at school. And in my head, I was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to have no friends. And
which is the fear of school kids.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
I was very lucky to have a strong support system at home as well. So I told my uncle about it, and I told my mum about it. And I knew where it was coming from. I knew that...
Where was it coming from?
It was coming from a place of fear, and what they were being told in schools and what they were being told on the media and from their parents as well. It was coming from fear. And so I had to find in myself some empathy for the other people, and to know that it's not an attack on me or my beliefs, it's just them going against what they're afraid of, I guess. So
You're giving birth to a prophet here or something.
Yeah, she's been like this since she was about 2. She's been telling me all sorts of things since she was about 2.
Okay. Let's move to that thing about the teachers.
So it started with being separated. So I wasn't wearing a mask at school, and same with 2 other people in my class. So the class would sit in the middle of the classroom at their normal desks, and the 3 of us that weren't wearing masks would get pushed to the side, like 3 meters or 5 meters away from the rest of the class, sat on a table by ourselves, separated by 2 desks each. And so it started with that segregation, and it was pointing out the people who weren't doing the right thing, and then the students would do the rest for the teachers mostly, because they would put a lot of pressure on us. And then one class, we were sitting doing some work, and the teacher goes, "Excuse me, class, can I have your attention? Anybody who's vaccinated, please stand up." And so a good majority of the class stood up, and then the teacher wanted the people who weren't vaccinated to applaud the people who were vaccinated and congratulate them for doing their part, and then continued to ask some of the students who weren't vaccinated and sitting down why that was, or if they were planning on getting vaccinated.
Did you applaud?
No.
Thank God!
No, of course not.
Thank God!
I was like, looking around, I was like, what is... I mean, I was gobsmacked. Like,
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
You and everybody watching.
I was just like, so much respect lost for that teacher. I was like, that should not be a question ever asked. I'm like, that is medical.
They have like a Nazi symbol on their shoulder or something.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they made it very open when the teachers were going to get vaccinated. They were like, I'm going to be away tomorrow because I'm going to get my 2nd booster, and like, you know, I'll be away for a day after that because I might feel a little bit off. And I'm like, right. I'm like, okay, go ahead, publicise that. It was...
Great marketing there.
Yeah.
I might be feeling a bit sick for the next year.
Oh, and the students would go and do it together. So they'd organise that they all would go on the same day.
Yeah.
And then they'd take little Instagram pictures with their little jab like sticker, and they would put this sticker on this pole and like pose next to it and go, "Just got my 2nd jab with my friends, we're all safe." And I was like, oh my God. It was
madness.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from the students. Like that.
Did any of them get sick?
I did have a lot of students like saying, "Oh, I feel a bit off for like 2 weeks or something." They would just be like, "I'm feeling a bit sick." And whenever anyone would say anything, "Didn't you get the jab?" They're like, "Yeah, but you know, that's normal, but I don't think it's related." And I'm like, they're just so blind. And it does upset me that other people my age and younger and older people as well are having the same experiences, especially in schools. It's supposed to be a place that's focused on learning and building connections, and
critical thinking.
You forget it.
It's definitely putting a lot of people through unnecessary stress. Like, yeah, if they don't have support systems at home, or if they haven't built up like strength within themselves, then it's very easy to take something like that comment personally and for it to replay in your mind. So,
Was there any teachers that showed any resistance at all, or had they all been sacked?
oh, I did have one teacher who would often kind of like, he never said anything specific, but he would like, if he overheard something, he would like change the topic very quickly. And we did have like a little bit of understanding between us that we were on the same page. I have heard that he has left the school. So yeah, I'm sorry that the school lost that teacher because he was probably the best one there. But yeah.
Now, and so are you still at school?
I'm homeschooling, yeah. So I left about a year and a half ago, or a little bit longer.
And why did you decide to leave? Why did you decide to leave?
I just didn't feel like it was a comfortable, supportive, or like positive environment for me.
No shit.
Yeah. It was just a lot of negativity. I wasn't enjoying it, and I was losing a lot of my passion and motivation and drive. So I just didn't.
And have you got it back now, homeschooling?
Yes. Yes, I'm very excited and motivated, and I've really found some people who I feel comfortable with and a community that was much stronger than what I had before. So I am grateful for that.
Now, we was talking about that idea of networking so young people who are not jabbed can actually unite and connect. What do you think about that, or your ideas?
Yeah. Well, yeah, just like Sienna's saying, you know, they're getting all of the youth jabbed, unjabbed. You know, there's a lot of them that have had, you know, one or two or whatever, and are really, you know, regretting it, backing back on that. And personally, I spoke to a lot of young people who not only were getting pressure from school, and, you know, some of them had started, you know, courses at TAFE and things like that in the older years, and they were being told that they wouldn't be able to go back and complete that course. And then they were actually getting a lot of pressure from their parents as well, saying you chose this course for your career and you have to stick to it, and, you know, you need to do this to. And the kids didn't actually want it, but the parents were the ones that were saying that they needed it. So there's a lot of youth out there that are really on their own. They haven't got the support at home, they haven't got the support at school or in their educational systems, that they're involved in. The peers are, you know, all on other pages. And so, yeah, there's a lot of them that just are kind of suffering in silence and not being very vocal about it. You know, the lucky ones that have the support and also have developed, as Sienna was saying, that sense of self where they, you know, feel empowered to speak their truth. They're the lucky ones, but yeah, there's a lot of them falling through the cracks, and they're getting bombarded on social media. They're getting, you know, mainstream media. All the messaging that's coming in is just, you know what it is. So yeah,
propaganda.
That's it. Yeah. So we want to, we're networking in the background with, you know, just trying to get a group going where just sort of everyone in the group is, all the young people are sort of networking and pulling other people in that they have chats with, and we're trying to get that happening so that we can move forward in different ways to support them. Yeah.
Great. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyone listening that's got...
Wants to join up and maybe...
that's it.
Yeah. How would they join you? Because I don't want you to give your number on the thing.
Yeah.
Could they find you on Facebook?
Yeah, we've got a Signal group going at the moment. So yeah, so I will maybe put that in the comments or something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, sure. We'll get things through.
Great.
Anything else you'd like to say, Superstar?
Stay strong and don't let anyone tear you down. Just find what drives you, find what motivates you, and what you believe in your heart and know is true, and don't let other people steer you away from that.
Can I ask you one question? What's your views on the philosophy of my body, my choice?
It's very simple, my body, my choice, and nobody else gets a say in that, except for your parents. If, like, they're trying to protect you, they don't get jabbed, like, as a 12-year-old without consulting anyone. Like, just don't do it.
Obi.
And Obi, what are you doing in Canberra before the High Court?
We're here to protest, raise awareness for we're here in support of the court case for vaccinating children from 0 to age 19.
Yeah. And what have they done to us?
Well, they've coerced us and placed us in a position where bodily autonomy has been removed from society. We are now under a medical state, I guess. I'm not sure what you would call it, but we've basically been forced against our will. For parents, they've been forced against their will, and the children have been forced against their will to take these experimental vaccines that are unproven to do what they claim, and also proven to be very dangerous and deadly.
And now you've come here from Melbourne.
Yeah.
But how have you got here?
Oh, I actually caught the train up here.
You caught the train?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how's it been being here? Did you come up with anyone or?
I came by myself, but I know people up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's your family think of you being here?
Well, they aren't surprised because I was here a couple of weeks ago before the convoy. But yeah, they would rather me not be here, but they aren't too surprised that I'm here.
Yeah.
Just because I'm usually an active person that voices out their opinions and stands up for what I believe in.
So you feel compelled to fight?
Yeah, you got to fight for this.
Yeah.
It's now or never.
So if you're familiar with the plot, that's all good. And I drive a white Toyota Spacia, so that's my Charger. Loving idleness, humming, strumming, time of note, wheels a turn with joys of spoke. Saying from our hearts be given, southward bound, white Charger driven, rinnen all to touch, the joys within for gifting much. Much ado about midsummer nights, queen of fairies, goodfellow sprite. Sprite go casting spells for thee, dancing moonlit twixt tall of tree. Trees and flowers oil on lids, upon waking time this loving did. Do dreams pervade our waking hour? Good fortune to ye standing towers. Towers tall to sing that Towers tall to you that sing, may all to listen bells do ring. Ring, my precious habit sway, duped by words that leaders say. Say the truth, for sooth be told, says seeing eye of one so old.
That's cool, man.
It was just like I just come out with it.
I met a guy in Ballarat.
Yeah.
And he travels the country and as a busking poet. And what
Is
he
that
does,
right?
he stands there with a little sign and says, give me 2 words and I'll make it into a poem.
Yeah,
and they pay him to do it. And he travels the country doing that.
He's like a rapping poet.
And he's our age. He's an old
Yeah,
No, he's not a rapping poet. He's
but
a contemporary poet.
a contemporary poet. But I mean, I haven't
Like free verse stuff.
Yeah, I haven't quite got to free verse yet, but I take photographs, and that's the only thing that I've got.
And he's like, you're colourful, but he's not colourful at all. He looks pretty. I'm quite surprised when I interviewed him. I thought he was going to say a teacher or an accountant.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and he's done it for 10 years.
Wow, I mean that's awesome. I mean, I used to be a mine site electrician before all that bloody silliness happened, and I ended up living out the vehicle and on the street. It's quite funny.
So is that because you wouldn't take it?
Yes.
And so everything
my job
went.
was removed.
And what was the job you were doing?
I was a mine site construction electrician.
Okay.
So I'd done that for 18 years, and
that's about when they're putting the mine in and setting it up.
it's all about the infrastructure, the mills, the infrastructure for mining.
Yeah.
But
that'd be quite an important job. That's more than maintenance, isn't it? That's actually.
Yeah, it's part of the infrastructure, the new mines that take off and upgrades and.
Because if you screwed up, that mine could be shut down for days, cost them a fortune.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they're spending a huge amount of money. I mean, it's interesting. You can. I did sit with the ideation that I'm assisting with the rape of the earth, and kind of that sits. Oh, but okay.
And I've heard that a lot. See, when I went up to
It's
Port
really
Hedland.
interesting, that spiritual journey that started as a young man, and I never found it. Never found the answers that I needed. And then ended up fortuitously in the mining industry. And I'm just so glad that my job was removed. You know, that might sound crazy, but without all of that, I wouldn't be this man who's sitting here right now.
Well, what's interesting,
And
if you're in
that
a
is-
groove,
I just go, thank you.
but if you're in a groove sometimes and you're getting well paid, it's hard to leave it.
is,
So when you
it
get
is,
kicked out,
it
you're
is,
suddenly
it
forced
is.
to reinvent yourself.
It is. I mean, even though I'd separated from the wife at the time, and still am, I was still paying heavily into the family budget. And obviously, when the silliness happened, all that went, and I've basically lost touch with my family now. They've gone their way, and I've gone mine.
So did they decide to take it?
They felt they had no opportunity, no option rather than to take it, and that's caused a lot of angst and You know, you lose blood, but other people come along that just, they're almost a soul family, a tribe.
No, well, that's why we
And
need artists.
That's so important to reach out to other people and have the strength to reach out. Because I was in a dark place for many a time, curled up in a fetal position in the back of my vehicle, saying, "What has gone on? This is crazy."
It's interesting though, I've never known a time that it's more important to be an artist than now, because what's happening, there's two forms of artists now. There's the propaganda artists that will do what the government says to get the grants.
Yeah.
So they're just decorators really, because they're not going to offer anything of any significance.
No.
And then there's a renaissance happening now with real poets, real singers, real artists, real playwrights who can actually come up with stuff that is pertinent to what the current people are going through. So I actually think it's the birthplace of the greatest renaissance of Australian art ever. I think that's where we are now.
I don't think you can even confine it to Australia. I think it's happening globally. People are going on this journey to say, "Hey, I'm more than my thinking." You know, we're that spiritual journey in terms of we're a soul in a body rather than a body with a soul. And
what that actually means, what it actually means to be human, because humans are being changed.
I mean, I wrote a little poem, and for me, it doesn't matter even what flavour faith you hold, or even if you're an atheist, if you can sit with it in your heart and be the best you can, to be a Christian, to be a Muslim, to be a Jew, be et al. It doesn't matter. Or if you're an atheist, just be a good bloke or a good lady, you know, and just send the love out, because we've lost that connection, that commune with other human beings.
Well, atheists are becoming, in the movement, they're becoming rare. Only because I interview so many people. I meet a few, but they're actually becoming rarer because people see this as a spiritual battle. And they're not going with the mainstay religions. They're just, it's like there's a compass in their soul. It points to a goodness and a darkness, and they're going towards the goodness. And some of us refer to the goodness as God. So it's that simple.
It's wild. You know, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Jew. I'm a simple man of faith. Everything up here was stripped away like that onion, that metaphor that everybody uses. And yeah, it's true. The only thing that was left was faith. And at 60, I woke up in the back of my vehicle going, well, what? Okay, so you go to 80. That's a reasonable. You know, I've got another 20 years. I might go tomorrow. I might go in at 100. And I go, well, okay, American football, hut. Ball between the legs. I run round. I take the ball. I go, last quarter of the game, big Hail Mary, whoosh. I run after the ball. I catch the ball. I go across the game line. I go, touchdown! And I go, spike. And that's it. I just send it. Because I can, because I really don't give a flying fox.
Well, the thing is, once they take everything from you, you've got nothing left to lose.
No, I mean, this is the sad thing about it, is that at that time, on the mine site, I could see what was happening, and I go, well, okay, am I going to get dragged out of my house by some Gestapo, put on my knees with a gun to my head?
That was
saying,
on the card.
Saying, take this jab or not, and I just turn around and go, well, you're going to have to do it. Just pull the trigger. And I go, okay, I play chess. And I go, well, what could be worse? And I go, yuck. Okay, they take my children out in front of me and put them on their knees and say, Johnny, you're going to take this. And I go, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to take my children's life, because that's how strongly I feel.
And is that about the jab itself or about freedom? Is that the two?
It was both at that time. You know, I just don't like being coerced. I don't like being told. I'm not an Australian citizen.
It's more than coercion, it's violation.
It is. I'm not an Australian citizen. The reason I don't become an Australian citizen for 20 years is because if I don't vote, I'm going to take money off you, they say. And I don't like that. And if you don't pay the money, I'm going to suspend your driver's licence. Now that is control. And because of my journey with my mother, who controlled me up to the age of 40, I rebel against that. And I say there's no freedom in that. I would vote with my heart. But now I look at the system and I go, for many a month, I said the system is broken. But no, I choose to say the system is designed beautifully to control us at every single level.
And that's communism to a degree, or a form of communism.
It is. You know, there are. everything is a double-edged sword. You know, I wear these colours, these rainbow colours, they're chakra colours. You know, in terms of Christian spirituality, that's what's surrounding the throne, where God sits. But it's been hijacked. And no, I've got nothing against people of alternative modalities. But you look at the swastika, that was hijacked as well. And all this wokeness sort of comes in, and it's like, well, okay, I support you. But I just go, whoa. You know, you're just hijacking what's been there before and using it for an end that really is not the norm.
Well, the thing is with those minorities, the interesting thing is if the global are backing you, you've got to be wary because the global don't give a shit about you.
I know.
If they're backing you, they've got an ulterior motive.
It's just crazy. You know, I look to The Voice now. I go, yes, I sit with original people, not Aboriginal, because that's abhorrent, or you abdicate, but that's the word that they've been given. You know, in Latin it means from, or it can mean the opposite, and I choose not to use that word. So I do sit with original people, because I am a Welshman, a Britannic Celt.
I'm Welsh,
Yeah.
North Wales.
Beautiful. North. Yeah. Well, you may speak.
I'm from Penryn
Welsh.
No, but my dad's fluent.
Oh, I mean, I need to learn my language.
Yeah, me too.
That
when he came here, he wouldn't teach us, but he's fluent in it. He answers the phone he's 84, and if the scammers call him, he answers in Welsh.
That's beautiful. I mean, I've lost
the language of poets.
It is. I've lost my own language because my father was from South Wales,
Oh yeah.
and his father, and they worked in the mines and all the rest of that.
My dad just got DNA tested through my sister, and he's 100% Welsh.
But I
I
mean,
don't think he'd be 100% anything anymore.
but that is the British system, though. They banned the teaching of Welsh.
Yeah, they did.
At one stage, it's had a resurgence now, and I give thanks for that. But you know, these are all the similarities between, as I see, my heritage and that of original people, and what was done to them then when white Europeans got in their tall ships and went exploring globally, and they just went out. Here we are. Here's the noble savage.
Extraordinary story about that.
Savage and slap.
We did I got on Facebook, but it's all gone now. But pre-COVID, I got all his family together on Facebook, and there was hundreds of them because he's from 13.
Yeah.
And they started investigating. And they found out that someone in our family used to make the tall ships from one of the big shipping companies in Wales.
Yeah.
And there was sailing ships sailing around the world where all the sailors, everyone on it, only spoke Welsh.
Wow.
Don't you think that's an extraordinary story?
It's just wild. I mean, you have little enclaves like in Patagonia.
That's where it's from. It'd be these
Welsh-speaking little island of Wales there.
probably a shipwreck, never found, and they.
I don't know, you know, where that seed came from, but yeah, I just go, yeah, and then I look to Ice Stedfords and Dylan Thomas and poetry, and I just go, well, it's in my ancestry.
Well, Dylan Thomas is perfect for this because I think his poem "Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night" is where we are, and we're not going gentle.
No.
You want to take our freedom? Well, come and get it, mate.
I mean, there are so many different levels on which to fight. You know, it's a here and now battle, but it's also a spiritual battle as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, so
Thanks, brother.
you know, you go out and spend cash, and you go, cash is king, and somebody will go, yeah, and I go, well, if you think that, then you need to tell everybody coming into your shop that you don't want to accept that plastic, and you only take cash. You know, there's all of this, but it is most definitely a spiritual battle as well between the dark and the light, and there needs to be a balance. Yeah. So I say to people, you know, whatever flavour of faith you hold, sit with it in your heart. Yeah. And I wrote this little piece, and
Do you want to end with that? That'd be good.
Jonathan, my name's Jonathan, and local poet to Waikiki here in WA. It's called Heart Space. Goes like this. Just in the heart there is a space to sit and be good of grace, grace to hold a heart so warm. Love's arms wraps a two-pack storm, storms within and storms without. Breathe in love and ease it out. Out comes sun to say hello. Clouds of dark and rain-filled grow. Growing, going with the flow, flowing, knowing with this glow. Glow of worm or buzzing bee, hold this heart space beating bee. And if you can sit in your heart as a human and a being, you shine the light.
That's beautiful.
So be the lighthouse standing tall, shining love for one and all you keepers changing oil, life's long journey sometimes toil. Toiling, tolling as a bell, drinking glory from your well. Wellness comes in many forms, just to be a dancing fawn. Fawns are dears, a twirling bee, shining light upon stormy sea. See the rays of loving ways, glory be to those that raise.
That's beautiful. Is it
That's
gorgeous?
mine. It's just like, whoa, this is just wild. Where does this come from, Jonathan? It's like, well, without me doing this, they wouldn't be there. But without that faith,
So you're a conduit.
I am a conduit, but I look at it as a co-creation. And I think within all of us is a flame. And when those traumatic experiences happen, the only thing that's left is faith. And that's where I sit now in my heart. My head's knackered compared to what it was. You know, I don't call it PTSD, I call it PTSI. It's an injury that I've gone through. And this thing's pretty scrambled, but hey, the poetry just flows out, and I just go, well, bless
The language of the soul, isn't it?
bless, exactly right. And I just go, give thanks for that. That's why I say, thank you for my journey and having my freedoms removed.
They got a family, they got children.
No violence!
Peaceful civil disobedience. We're making our point.
Yes.
No violence.
Here we go. Tell us your name.
Otto Beatty.
And now we're still here in Mackay. We're just leaving, and you came over and said hello. And I can hear in that accent.
Yeah, how's it going? Bit of South African old. Oh, yeah.
How long you been from South Africa?
I'd say I think it's about 13 years now.
Yeah.
13 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things about all the South Africans I interview, and I interview a lot of them, is that they don't want what's coming. They know what, they can recognise it for what it is.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying before, South Africa is one of the more recent, one of the later ones to how do you put it? Wake up to itself with all the old apartheid and that, because that was only real early 90s. So it's still fresh, and we can still learn from our mistakes within real living memory, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And rather see how it's how do you put it? Learn from what we've done before and try to push it so we don't do that sort of shit again. Because apartheid and that was all on race. But at the end of the day, discrimination is still discrimination. I mean, everyone's got the choice to do what they want, or should be, and
Democracy.
Yes, well, supposedly that's what we live in.
Are you surprised that you left South Africa and you can see this rising here now?
Well, actually, one of the funniest things was the parents, when they brought me and my brother over, it was they told us a while back. It's they could see where the country was going then, and they thought, let's bring them over here and at least get some of the childhood type of childhood they had before everything turns to shit. And we just didn't think it would turn out so quickly. But we're here now, see our country. I've shook the mayor's hand, I got my bit of paper from the government saying I'm a citizen, so I got to fight for it. Yeah. If you get that. Pretty much. It just ain't right.
And what would you say to the people who are watching who have not woken up to the effect of segregation, as we're seeing, on a society? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you get over it?
Oh, I mean, it definitely ain't right. What's it? If nobody, it doesn't matter. First of all, where you stand in on all of this, but if we don't stand up for the group, for one group that's getting harassed or all this other business, and they get taken out, and then they go after the next group and the next group, and we keep quiet about it, eventually when it's our turn, there's no one else to talk to raise their voice, and by then it's just too late. We just got to come together. I mean, the term of we are Australian is there's not much the old community feeling of togetherness. Like, it used to be a word, and that held meaning. You can still see it in the old guard, so to speak. But I must say, like, one of the biggest things it opened my eyes up a lot with all this Ukraine drama and wars and what have you. If Australia went to war right now and the draft was brought in 18 to wherever, would you really trust the bloke standing next to you to have your back? That and I cannot honestly answer that question, yes or no, anymore, other than the people that you work with and you know firsthand that you nearly consider blood. But yeah, times have changed since the old ways,
and they've changed quickly.
Oh, I mean, just look at it. For the last 2 years have been the biggest eye opener, and like you say, it's almost like you can see it's been going on for a long while before this, but they just hit that tipping point, and it's just rolled downhill super quickly. Yeah. And
I think it can be stopped.
Well, with everything, if everyone woke up, yeah. But the thing is, we are making strides. We are making strides. I've tried to walk and look at it through the middle line. Nothing's ever perfect. We were never going to win everything right over the last election cycle. But it's not all doom and gloom either. If you follow the doom and gloom, I mean, there's no point in living life, really. Yeah. You got to look on the bright side of life. But we've made some progress, definitely. Politics takes a long time. It's a slow-moving ball that was designed that way, for the better or for the worst. You can't really do that much about it, other than have your say and keep yelling at them and saying what your say is. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, we've got some good people out there, really standing up and hoping to bring everyone up to the same speed. But I must say, I do agree with both. Like I was saying, I was watching that your guys' interview the other day, you and Joel.
With Joel,
yeah, with Joel. And I do agree. There's the Freedom Party did splinter and really splintered quick. And, the movement. And that's just a sign of the ages we are in now, the age of technology, and how social media is both a blessing and a curse to us. You don't say those things to each other's faces. It's now behind the back, stabby with no repercussions. But if we can capture if we can just bring back that feeling of epic. Unfortunately I wasn't able to get there because work. I was one of the fortunate ones to just be able to keep going. But that feeling that I got from everybody that I watched and talked to that came from there, it almost had the feeling of a Woodstock vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Without the music.
Without the music, but arguably more important.
Yeah.
But if we can just get back to the old, excuse my language, sorry. How do you put it? Peace, love, and happiness. As cliche as that is.
It's not a cliche. It's the way to live.
It's the only way to live, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Who wants the opposite?
Oh, you get some of the old sourpusses out there that are just stuck in their old ways, that they'll never be happy and that, but we can't get rid of that. We can't leave them to fall to the wayside either. It's one in all. We can only move as fast as the slowest man in line, you know. And again, these are all, everyone's probably going to go, these are all cliches and that, but cliches are cliches for a reason. There's meaning behind them sorts of things.
My quotes.
Yeah, pretty much. But I suppose keep on the good fight. Keep on keeping on.
Just for everyone, what can people do to stop this? Or is it just up to the politicians? Everyone wants to know. Is there anything that people can do to stop this? I mean, when we're
members
protesting...
of the upper house represent you in Parliament, like me, and let them know what you think about it.
So emailing them, getting in touch
call
with
their
them?
office.
Call their office?
You know, make comments on social media. Always be polite. Don't be being angry and rude doesn't get you anywhere.
No, but get your
Be
point
polite,
across.
Tell your personal story on why you think this is. Don't use form letters and stuff like that. They're a waste of time.
So don't use form letters. Form letters are a waste of time. Write your own letter.
Write your own letter with your own story.
Okay.
And your own thoughts.
Okay.
And focus on rights. And I think why you think it should be.
Yeah.
Why you want them to vote.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're already. I'll say though, we're already getting thousands and thousands of emails.
Yeah, you don't need them. It's
Well,
the other ones that need
I
them.
appreciate people telling me I'm doing the right thing.
You can
too,
forward them.
Yeah. But we're filing them all, and I apologise to anyone that hasn't got a response yet. We will
That's
respond
cool.
to them all.
But you are getting thousands, so people are doing it.
Yeah, thousands and thousands.
Okay.
of them,
And do you
so-
reckon Labor's getting them as well?
Yeah, they would be. Well, I don't know what they're doing with them, but
Well, everyone's asking on the thing. Everyone's talking about it. So do it. So send them out. Thanks, David.
yeah, no.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. So we've got a very good-looking young man here. What's the go?
Hi Michael, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Braden Pace.
Hey, Braden. What are you doing down here with a meeting of the Newcastle Resistance?
I'm here because I had a very close friend recently pass. He committed suicide. So I want to raise a bit of awareness in that sector.
Do you know his name?
For his family's respect, I don't think I should. I don't know if they're going to be okay with it. I don't know if I should drop his name for their respect, because I haven't asked their permission to drop his name.
Fair enough.
Look, we've been through some pretty hard times, and I don't think it's going to get any easier. And I see a lot of young men in this world at the moment who are struggling really badly, and they don't want to speak up about it. I was one of them. And when my friend passed, that really hit home for me. And I don't want anybody to do that, because I've seen the effects it has not only on his family, but the people around him, me as well. That really hurt. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
I know this pain. I've lost a friend.
don't get me wrong, I understand that life sometimes gets really hard and some people, they can't deal with it, and the only way that they feel like they can get out is if they kill themselves.
You angry with him?
I wouldn't say I'm angry, because that's their choice. I can't be angry at someone. That's.
I was angry.
I grew up very angry at the world, and I had a little bit of anger towards it, but I have to be understanding. Yeah. So I'm just a bit nervous, Michael. You have to cut that out. You have to edit that part.
No, that's doing really well. Doing well.
Yeah.
Why was he struggling?
I don't know why he was struggling. I'm not too sure. It was all of a sudden. It just happened. I had a message one day, and I've just lost my friend, and it hit. And at that time, I was depressed myself, and it broke me to the point where I broke down and cried hard. Like, I cried hard. I lost a soulmate. It felt like it was, it was a part of me.
Especially because you don't know why he did it. Makes it even harder, because it's like, could I have done something?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, after he passed and I went to his funeral, I came home. I was going to tell the story truthfully. I came home and I absolutely bawled my eyes out. I was crouched over. I was bawling my eyes out over it. And I recall I was that upset. I remember knocking on the ground because I was crouched over. And I asked for God. And I never do that. And for the first time, I felt something come in me. I don't know what it was. Can't explain it. But it made me feel different. And I swear it was either God or my grandmother who passed. I'm not sure. And from that moment on, when I had that feeling, my life changed.
Wow.
And
In what way?
I never used to believe in God. Now I do. I never did. Now I do. I was the type of person that would go down every single conspiracy road to avoid going down religion and God. I just didn't want to go down that road. And I've been a very depressed person through what I've experienced, and you have to edit this out. Sorry, I'm so nervous.
You're doing well.
I've sort of lost where I was talking.
No, you got every conspiracy theory except God.
Yeah.
And now...
yeah, I've lost it, mate.
So you're finding solace in God now? You're finding that he's helping you in your life?
100%, yeah. So after the funeral, when he passed, I was very confused. I remember going to... I went and got a haircut. This is a couple of days after. I went and got a haircut, and I remember walking into a clothes shop, to buy a hoodie. This exact hoodie. And the lady behind the counter, she, as I was walking in, I was picking my hoodie out, got my hoodie, put it on, and I went to the change room. She said, "There's something about you." And I said, "Oh yeah, what's that?" She goes, "I don't know, I can normally sense things with people." And she said, have you lost a friend recently?
Wow.
Just out of the blue. Don't know this woman, never met her in my life.
Wow.
And I just, goosebumps straight away. I said, "Yeah, I have actually." She goes, Did he commit suicide? And I said, "Yeah, he did." "How did you know that?" And she just started explaining to me that her abilities, empathic abilities, and etc., etc. But if God didn't come into my life and he didn't show me this feeling, and I didn't walk into that shop and this lady didn't tell me this, I wouldn't have... Oh, you're going to have to cut this out. I've missed out a heap. Can we start again? Can we please start again, Michael? Can we please start again? I'm so nervous.
You did all right. You do. So this person didn't come into your life?
Oh, we have to go way back, Michael. I'm so nervous.
Come back.
Can we actually do this tomorrow?
No, I'm gone tomorrow.
Are you?
Go back. Go back to where you want to start.
Okay. No, I've lost it. I've lost it.
Go back to your person. Is it going back before committing suicide?
Sorry, say it again.
Is it you have to go back before your friend committed suicide?
What are you talking about? I've even lost myself, mate.
You said that if God hadn't come into your life, if the woman hadn't, if you hadn't gone into the thing and met that woman,
I wouldn't have had this. So when these things happen, I went to buy this hoodie. This lady told me these things. I walked out of the shop like spooked, really spooked. And I walked into another shop, and I walked into a change room, and then a song played, and it was the song Hallelujah, Hallelujah, the song.
Yeah.
And it was just freaky. And then I came and went back home, and the next couple of days later, I felt just different. And
so you felt you were given signs.
Yeah, and I had signs come around me on my phone, emails. People around me were hinting things to me, and I started really paying attention to them because I felt like there's something. Someone's trying to tell me something. Yeah. And at that time, I was always, I wasn't. How can I say? If it was anything to do with God, I would kind of turn the cheek and not really pay attention. Yeah. But this time it was different because of the feeling I had from it. And
so have you started going to church?
No, I haven't gone to church. I don't want to go to church. I think that's a bit.
Yeah. You just have a belief now that there's some higher being.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't say being. I wouldn't call it a being because you're a human being. I think it's more.
There's something.
Yeah, there's definitely something.
Something like there's something good, which meaning there could be something bad as well.
100%. Well, with good, there's always bad, yin and yang. But since this occurred, it's going to sound strange. I stopped eating meat. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I've completely changed my attitude. I've just changed everything about myself within a period of, like, all habits. I used to have habits. Gone. I've completely changed myself. Wow. But I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have this thing happen to me. It crashed me, and I cried, and I knocked on the ground, and I asked for God, and He came. And ever since then, I've been a different person. I've changed. And I was the type of person I had a hard heart, and I had experienced depression for many years, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And when my mate passed, I was next. I thought, if he's gone, and he's got what I want, like, not what I want, but he had the foundations set for him. And if he didn't want to be in this world with decent foundations, what chance have I got? Yeah. You know what I mean? That just made me feel like, well, everyone's going, why am I still here?
So you reached rock bottom and then found salvation?
Yeah, I reached rock bottom, and then I just I don't know, maybe my soul asked for Him and He came. But I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say Him.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
But ever since this happened, I've fixed myself in God's help. And if there's anybody in the world who struggles really hard, like, and wants to commit suicide or has these thoughts that they want to kill themselves, don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. If there is something that will help you, if you ask for it, you just got to listen to it, and you got to believe it. It's there. It's a voice inside you, and you got to listen to it. It can come. I don't know what you call it, whether it's consciousness or the spirit's talking to you, I don't know. But if you feel like you have nothing and no one and you're ready to go, and you've got nothing to lose, just ask for Him. Just ask for Him and see what happens. Just see what happens. You got nothing to lose. If He comes and He helps you, what do you got to lose?
I love it. First off, tell us, we're in Albury. Well, what's your name?
G'day, I'm Jock Allen.
Jock Allen, tell me that great story about how you started this and what it was like the first few weeks.
I started in April last year,
And that's a stand in the park, right?
Yeah, stand in the park, April last year. For 2 or 3 weeks, I come down here on my own in the drizzle and the rain, and I was all rugged up, and I posted a couple of videos, and from then on, the 4th week, I had some close friends come and support me. And from that point we just grew, and then young Amy Marie come on as the voice, as I'm not much of a speaker, but she's a very good speaker. And we've just grown from there. So now we're averaging 60 to 80 every Sunday, amazing people.
That's great.
And yeah, the vibe and the friendliness is just amazing, and the humanity within all of us is just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
And tell us how you were saying you're buying the equipment together as you need it.
Yeah, so as the equipment comes on, I say to the group, could you please help me with the donations? And within 2 weeks, we've brought a $1,000 sound system. We've brought signs. Anything we need, we ask the group, and they very overwhelmingly help us. Yes.
That is absolutely brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You all cranky old men and Nazis? You're just video fighters, yeah? Okay, let's start. What's your name?
Kelly Pope.
Now, Kelly, we're in Kalgoorlie and we're with the resistance group. What are you doing at a resistance meeting in Kalgoorlie?
We are fighting for pro-choice in our town, and just believe, freedom of choice.
How long have you lived in Kalgoorlie?
Overall, about 12 years. This is my second stint here, so this one's been about just over 7 years.
And what do you do?
I operate dump trucks at a mine site, and I've been doing that for 18 years.
You're talking those huge, massive trucks?
Yep, they're the ones. They're great. They're like little go-karts. Well, they're like go-karts.
They're
really
not little
easy to
go-karts.
drive. They're big, but they're so easy to drive. They're brilliant.
How do you drive them? You've got a steering wheel or what?
Yeah, just like a normal truck. It's auto. So, yeah, easy. It's great. I love them, and I miss them. You know, I've been out of work now since 1st of December. So we've just been just still employed by them, but they just won't allow us access into the gate.
And your thing is what is your actual problem with the vaccine? Is it a pro-choice thing, or is it you worried about? What's your problem with
it? I went on a health journey. I started a health journey about 5 years ago. And I am very careful now with what I put into my body. I have got rid of toxins in my house. I eat well, probably need to exercise a little bit more. But I am very particular now with what I put into my body. So I did a lot of research, and I follow a lot of these world experts. And I have made the decision not to do it because in 1994 I got very sick and I ended up in hospital for a whole month with endocarditis.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yep, it's an inflammation of the inner lining of the heart chamber. So
Okay.
It damaged my mitral valve, and so every 2 years I go back to Victoria, and which is where I ended up having open heart surgery. Actually, I had robotic surgery, and I was the second youngest in Australia to actually have that done at the time, and I had my mitral valve repaired. So
Can you talk about what is robotic surgery?
Oh, it's amazing. After I had the operation, I went and had a look at the operating room, and there is a robot that stands at the back of the room. There is a bed in the centre of the room. The surgeon, he sits in the corner, and he has a screen, and he has these metal things that he puts his fingers into, and he sees, obviously, I don't know what the magnification is, but he is sitting at the corner of the room, and I'm laying on the bed, and this robot moves forward. There was another surgeon that actually helped with the assistant.
Hold it. Are you awake when the robot moves forward?
No. No, wait. No, I was actually out for probably about 2 days. Yeah, they put me under and I came to in ICU 2 days later.
And what did they do to repair the valve? Replace it completely or just...
No, they did tell me, like when my family came in the night before they put me out, I had like the surgeon, I had the anaesthetist, I had everybody come in, explain the procedure and what was going to happen. They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And so the surgeon said to me, he goes, if we can't repair the valve, we're going to have to put a cow valve in. So that night when my parents left and I said goodbye to them at the lift and the door closed, my brother does the moo sound? So I just cracked up laughing. That was so funny. So I'm sitting in the hospital that night, knowing that this could be the last time that I actually get to see my family. I had this beautiful big window, and I was in Richmond. I was at the Epworth Hospital, and the moon was just full, and it just looked beautiful. And I just thought, you know what? I'm at peace with everything. So no matter what happens, it happens. That's just the way that it is. But I came to, and I was up walking around 3 days after I had my operation.
Now, do you have a cow valve, or did they fix it?
No, they actually happened to fix it, and it was brilliant.
And they said that was the second time of the operation?
I was the second youngest in Australia to have robotic heart surgery.
Wow. Okay, so now, moving on. Yep. Now, this vaccine, we have a huge spike in heart complaints. So, obviously, your doctor's giving you an exemption because of that?
No. So I went to my local doctor, and I asked, they know my history, and I asked for an exemption, and they said, no, they can't.
Why can't they?
Because they're worried that they will be investigated and they will lose their licence.
Yeah, but what about you?
I went in and I took all of the codes, medical codes, international codes, everything, and I took that in there, and they didn't care. They just said they were just worried about their livelihoods. So
They actually said that? Even though the Hippocratic Oath says do no harm?
Yep. They wouldn't do it. Because
So they went against the Hippocratic Oath?
Correct. Yep. So then I thought, I'll get in contact with my cardiologist in Victoria. And I had a chat with him on the phone. And he said, Kelly, what your doctor is saying is true. The government have been very aggressive on this matter. And he said, unfortunately, I can't help you because your condition doesn't fall within the 3 requirements for an exemption.
Now, I interviewed a young man the other day. He has a blood clotting disorder.
Yeah.
He's had a major heart attack, so his heart's only working at 30%, and he's had strokes, and he didn't tick the boxes either. So any idea what you actually have to do to tick these boxes apart from being dead?
Pretty much it. But I'm okay. I'm not going to get it. I don't care if I'm being labelled an anti-vaxxer or being inconsiderate or anything, because I've had that whole emotional blackmail, but I choose life.
Before we move on, can I just clarify? So the government, for your health, is willing to put you in a greater sense of harm.
Yep.
And basically go, well, if we lose that, well, it's collateral damage.
Correct. Yep.
And you don't feel like being collateral damage?
No, I don't. I think I have every right to live, as does everybody, and I should have the choice if I want to live or if I want to die, and that's not the government's choice.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Because that was brilliant.
Oh, no, but just everybody just needs to wake up to what's going on, and you need to really think about your health and your life, and don't let anybody else control that.
You and me, we were the pretenders. We let it all slip away. In the end, once you don't surrender, where the world just drifts away. Girl, ain't no kindness in the face of strangers. Ain't gonna find no miracles here. Well, you can wait on your blessings, but darling, I got a deal for you right here. I ain't looking for prayers or pity. I ain't coming around searching for a crutch. I just want someone to talk to. Get a little love that you can touch. Just a little love that you can touch. Ain't no mercy on the streets of this town. Ain't no bread from heavenly skies. Ain't nobody drawing wine from this blood. Just you and me tonight. Tell me in a world without pity, do you think what I'm asking for's too much? I just want something to hold on to. Give a little of that human touch, yeah. Just a little of that human touch. So you've been broke and you've been hurt. Show me somebody who ain't. Yeah, I know I ain't nobody's bargain, but here's a little touch of pain, little pain. You might need something to hold on to when all the answers, they don't amount to much. Somebody you can just talk to. Get a little of that human touch, yeah. Baby, in a world without pity, do you think what I'm asking for's too much? I just want to feel you in my arms. With a little of that human touch now. Just a little of that human touch. Just a little of that human touch, Lord. Just a little of that human touch.